Okay, well, I thought I would show you what I'm spinning right now. It is some mohair that I've really, it's kid mohair, so it's super duper fine, and I've really opened it up. And then I have some long locks. These are Teeswater. And I'm also throwing in, and I don't know if this is going to look any good or not. It's this weird, it's like sequined elastic. I don't know if you can see that. And when I take it off the bobbin, it might look horrid. I don't know. You never know till you take it off. So, I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. Where can I put this stuff where it's... I'm doing a core spun because that stretchy elastic, you know, it has to wrap around something. And I will probably ply it when I'm done. And when I do, I'll have to be careful because it'll just want to undo. This is quite thin, lightweight mohair. I prefer mohair just because it's really grabby and it's strong, and that's what you want. This is my Spinolution worker bee. So I'm just going to pull these open a little bit at the cut end and get this thing going. It's kind of hard to... And you see I just let the cut ends wrap around. I'm going to have to grab the bag, sorry. Put it up here. Oops. Sorry about that. And now I'm just going to let the mohair go on. So I just pull it from a little handful. I do find that when I attach long locks like that and let them dangle, I often have to unwind them when I take it off the bobbin, which I find a little annoying, but you really can't be helped. If the closer you work to the orifice, the less likely it will be to totally wrap around the yarn. But I've got pretty good pull on this wheel because I want it to get on fairly quickly. And you see, I'm just letting the core slip through my hands, trying not to hold it back. That's how you get over twist in your core. But really, it's not the end of the world if you do. You can always break it and let the twist out because it's covered anyway. Kid mohair is really, really fine. I actually prefer yearling. Just because it usually it's not quite as wispy, and I don't know, I just like it. It's a little easier for me to work with, I find. Okay, so now I'm going to add one of these sparkly bits. Oops, that's right, one of these sparkly bits. So usually what I do is, here, let me grab a bit of mohair. So I get a little piece, and then I tuck Oops, I have to get the end of it. It kind of curl. This is an elastic and it does sort of curl on itself anyway. I just let it wrap. I didn't really want, wait, that's wrong. I'll do it that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it wrap like that. And as I say, when I take this off, it's going to want to unwind. So, or when I apply it, I should say. So when I get to that part, I have to sort of manually twist it back on almost. Other times when I'm doing something like this, I'll use a apply thread and just let it sort of do its own thing. And what that does then, when you go over the ribbon or you go over the sparkly bits there, it helps to hold it in place when you then in turn apply. But I didn't want any Lurex thread in this one particularly. I might change my mind when I apply, but I figured there's enough going on. So now it's time for another long look. And I've split it. And I'm just going to let it wrap around. I let go. And then grab that back half. And it's on there. This may look, I mean, I like purple and green very much together, and I'm hoping it'll be pretty, but I might not like it when it comes off, because some of these greens are pretty bright, and I would have probably preferred a more, like these are bluey greens, and I would probably have preferred more of the mossy greens, but we'll see. I can always dye it. I could over dye it with black. But this is, and of course, when you core spin, you can add as little or as much fiber as you want to your core. Depends on, how bulky you want it. You can also use a bulkier core, which helps to stretch. See, I don't like that. I want it to transition a little more gently, so I'll just do that. So if you wanted to do a bulky yarn, for instance, if you started with if you used a worsted weight core, you could really get a nice bulky yarn with not a lot of fiber, because the bulk of it will be your core. Okay, so I have, let's see, this one's not quite as long. I don't know. We'll see what this looks like. I'll leave it. If I don't like it again when I go to apply it, I can always just wrap it around. Change the look. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm not going to be thrilled with it. Just because of the green. I think it's the wrong green. Oh my god, I don't even know if you've seen anything. Probably not. I'm gonna have to watch this when I'm done. See if you saw anything. So as I say, I'm just letting the core virtually run through my hands. When you start to hold it back, that's when you start to build up the twist in it. But if your fiber is prepared before you get to the wheel, then it's just a matter of letting it go on. And I also have some little bits of green sari silk ribbon that I actually had tied around the long locks when I dyed them. So they're the same colors, so I'll add that in as well. I like to do that. I've got and anyway, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good night.